Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another Magic 2014 Let's Play video. So I'm here with some more Friday Night Magic. This week I'm going with the Deadwalkers deck again. I've been practicing with it a fair bit, so I think I know it fairly well. This is not a bad hand, so I think I'm going to keep that one in particular. Not bad getting 3 land, a Geralf's Messenger and a Black Cat. Pretty good starting hand. Oh, excellent, we've got another land as well. I keep finding myself getting mana flooded with this deck. It's really not mana flooded, mana screwed with this deck. It's really weird. Although for this one, I'm nice to get with a reasonable amount of mana. So we're up against a blue-black deck. So we're looking at either Grave Fetch or another Black Cat. Excellent. So we're looking at either Grave Fetch or what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. What's this saying? Last gasp. Target creature gains -3. Okay. That's really weird. Why would he decide to kill that one off? Unless it's the Grey Fetch one he wants to... so he's chucked away a Mind Rot. So it looks like this is the... Oh, what's it called? Master of the Dimir deck. That's what it's called. With those kind of cards coming into play. So we can get another land down. Geralf's Messenger enters the battlefield tap. When Geralf's Messenger enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life. I think that's the much better play here. And then I will probably go for the Undead Warchief next turn, which would be pretty cool. So I'm going to make them lose 2 life, which is always sweet. And this creature is also undying, so if it does die, it comes back as a 4/3, as it's undying 1, I think. I think that's how it works. Just double check. So yeah, it comes back with a 1/1 counter on it if it was... so we must get his Moroi down, which is a blue-black creature. So I don't think I'll be able to use Doomblade on it, although I wouldn't mind if I got Tendrils of Corruption. Tendrils of Corruption deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of swamps you control. I think I'm going to get that one off the battlefield pretty quickly, as it's at the beginning of your upkeep, lose 1 life, and it's a flying creature. So yeah, I think that's pretty... do I do it now? Yeah, let's get rid of it now. It's a pretty terrifying creature to have on the battlefield. So I'm so used to playing Hearthstone now that I've forgotten that I can actually go above 20 life. I was like, I won't get the 4 life as well, but on Magic I do. You can go up to like crazy amounts of life, so that makes me fairly happy. That does make me happy. So we're playing against Dragon 666 DA, very random. Yep, this is definitely Master of the Dimir, as we do have a Dimir Guildmage down. I'm fairly sure this deck is the only one that has the Dimir Guildmage and the Moroi, so I think we shall go for the Undead Warchief this turn, I think. It's a good play, as it does mean that then the Geralf's Messenger would then survive being blocked by the Dimir Guildmage, which wouldn't really matter anyway, as it is an undying creature, so it would come back even stronger, but that's not the point. What's he playing then? Last gasp. Oh, so he's going to get rid of my Undead Warchief. Is he going to block? He's going to block, but I do kill off his Dimir Guildmage, and this comes back as a 4/3, so I can't really complain too much there, I'll be honest. And then he loses 2 life because it comes back onto the field. Wasn't necessarily the best play from him. So I do now have a lovely 4/3 Geralf's Messenger on the field. So what's he playing then? Fool's Demise, Enchanted Creature. When Enchanted Creature, what was that? Dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. When Fool's Demise is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return Fool's Demise to its owner's hand. Fair enough, that's not too bad. So let's hit continue. Hopefully he has no way of killing it off, as he has no land open, so we're going to swing him for a nice unabated 4 damage, which is pretty sweet. So there we go, get him down to 9, and then we can also play the Butcher's Ghoul, and the Black Cat. Another couple of creatures down. Would be nice if I still had my Undead Warchief in play, but I'm not going to complain. What's the Avatar of Woe do again? If there are 10 or more creature cards total in all graveyards, Avatar of Woe costs 6 less to cast. And Fear, which basically means that I don't think it can be blocked by anything other than black or artifact tokens. Yep, I'm totally right. Yeah, I could do some way of bringing back my Undead Warchief, would be pretty nice. That would pretty much Threads of Disloyalty, Enchanted Creature with... So what does that do? Enchant creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, you control enchanted creature. Fair enough. Zombie Apocalypse. Return all zombie creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield tap, then destroy all humans. I am tempted to do that just because I get my Black Cat back and my Undead Warchief, so let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Here we go. There we go. So, may as well swing in with both of these. See if he blocks them or not. Fortunately, I'm not playing against a deck with humans. Does the Dimir Guildmage count as human? I don't know. So I'll have to have a look. Yeah, but he's a human wizard, so that would have destroyed any Dimir guild mages, but not really the end of the world. And I had to toss away my Avatar of Woe. Not too fussed about that personally. I was probably not going to be able to play it anyway. So what's this then? Doomsday Spectre. Wow. So when Doomsday Spectre enters the battlefield, return blue or black creature you control to its owner's hand. And okay, that's weird. So he decided to return that to his hand. Did it do anything else? I don't know. I'm going to keep this sitting around in my hand. I may as well just swing it with everything now. Unless he's got something that can kill every single one of these creatures, he's pretty much dead. There we go. So he's dead. Excellent. That's a good start to our Friday Night Magic. I'll see you in a sec for game number 2, guys. Okay guys, so we're back for game number 2, and what have we got to start off with? 4 lands, a Walking Corpse, a Doomblade, and a Tendrils of Corruption. I'm actually going to keep that hand. That's not a bad opening hand. I've got a good, nice, low-cost creature to get started with. I've got some removal. I've got 2 lots of removal, so I do like Tendrils of Corruption. That is a very, very nice card. For 4 land, and the fact that you can remove like a 4 mana, like a 4 health creature, and then also get the health as well. So hopefully this won't be too much of a mana flood game. I'm up to 5 land already, so it's not ideal, but hey ho, we can't complain too much. We did the beginning of the first game looked like it was going to be a mana flood, and then it ended, wasn't it? It was a great success. So we're playing the artifact deck here, I believe. If he's played a Messiah, so when Messiah dies, put 1/1 colorless artifact creature taken onto the battlefield. It's pretty good blockers. He does get to keep his so what's this then? At the beginning of your upkeep of enchanted creatures control of that player. Sorry, at the beginning of the upkeep of enchanted creatures control of that player loses 1 life. So you want to put that on a creature that you think is going to be hanging around for a while. I want to save the Doomblade, and there's no point playing my Soulbleed yet unless why. There we go. So finally it let me continue. That was really weird. It just seemed to like not do anything for a little while. Come on, what is going on? There we go, finally. Okay, so we've got a bit of lag right now, which is kind of annoying, but hopefully that won't kind of like crash out the game, which would be très frustrating. So he's deciding not to block. Good choice from him. I'm looking forward to using a Doomblade on a creature that he might want to keep around. Especially if it's the one that will potentially, in theory, if you get 3 artifacts down, it gains like what's the word I'm looking for? It gains immunity to all colours. So this is looking like the point where I might want to Doomblade off something like one of these like artifact tokens or something like that. Depends what he plays next. So I've got 2 lots of removal. I've also got the Soulbleed. So at the beginning, yeah. So that might be quite useful for later on. Thinking maybe. So Tendrils of Corruption deals X damage to target creature or player, and you get X life to the number of swamps you control. So yeah, I'm thinking of Doomblading off one of his creatures maybe. Yeah, let's Doomblade off one of the artifact creatures, because if I kill this, then he basically gets it back, and then that would then allow him to play one of the other cool artifacts. So I may as well get rid of one of the artifacts that can't be gotten rid of. I'm going to skip my attack for now, because basically he can then kill... Well, with this deck, he might have decided not to block that, but you can never be too sure, and I'd rather keep my 1 creature around that might potentially be able to block any kind of creature that he might play this turn. Let's see what he does now. Oh, this is what I was worried about, the Etched Champion. So, balls. Dispatch. Oh, and he's going to get rid of that as well. This is not good. So basically this thing has protection from all colours while both of these are still on the battlefield, which is kind of terrifying. And I can't play the Tendrils of Corruption this turn either. So he's going to be able to get rid of both of them. Okay, so we are one turn away from being able to play the Grave Titan. But what we're going to do first is we are going to get rid of you, I think. Just because then that one won't have protection from all colours, which is always très funny. Excellent. So this one just goes back to... Because the problem with this one is Etched Champion gets protection from all colours. I don't really want that because... I won't be able to block it then, basically. So hopefully he doesn't have any more artifacts up his sleeve, which will be any low-cost artifacts up his sleeve, which would always be nice. So we should be able to play Grave Titan this turn, which will give us plenty of blockers and stuff like that. Excellent. So we have Grave Titan we can play. Nice. Next turn I'll probably put Soulbleed on the Etched Champion. So even if He does get more artifacts down. His Etch champion is going to be able to. He's going to be taking. So War Leader Helix deals 4 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 4 life. So he's going to deal it straight to my face, and he's going to get the health back instead. So he's going to play more land. Has he got another? Nope. Another Helix. So I'm guessing that's going to go straight to my face again, maybe. Yes, it is. Interesting. So this thing has Death Touch. I wonder if that even means even if that had protection from colours. Oh no, I don't think even if it's got protection, I don't think I can attack it. So I'm actually going to put Soul Bleed on that, just because he will then lose 1 point of health every turn for that thing still being on the battlefield. So he's going to be less inclined to keep it hanging around. So I'm actually just going to swing in with my Grave Titan, which will give me more zombie tokens. Yes, that's what I like to see. So I'll be more than happy to swing in with zombie tokens next turn. Kill off one of his artifacts, which is always choose a target creature in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. So I don't really want one of his I don't really want one of his tokens, so we'll just hit continue. Unfortunately, my Walking Corpse has been exiled, so he will lose health because of his Etch champion now, and he gets another Etch champion. I did not realise that protection for colours would then mean that soul bleed would come off. That is kind of annoying. So I can't actually block that now, which is très frustrating. Hopefully I've got some kind of removal. So what's this then? Destroy target non-zombie creature. It can't be regenerated. Return up to 1 target zombie creature from your graveyard to your hand. Well, I don't have a zombie creature that I want to return, but what I will do is get rid of that mirror artifact creature. So that will then mean that he can't block. So that no longer has protection. So I'm actually going to attack him with 3 of my creatures. See what he does. I will get 2 more, which is always cool. So I've got lots of zombie creature tokens now. So see, is he going to block? No, he's not going to block, so he's going to take 10 damage here. Which is kind of painful for him, I'm sure. I would have preferred some kind of removal for these two. So he is going to get a Bone Splitter, which will be an artifact. So he will be able to swing in for 4 this turn, and I won't be able to block him, which is kind of annoying. So he'll be able to swing in for 6, although I will have lethal next turn if he does decide to block him, swing in both of these. So he's only going to swing in with the 1. Interesting choice there. I'm guessing it's because he's going to block my Grave Titan next turn. Now I don't know how I don't know if Death Touch is going to kill this off or not, which is an interesting question. He's going to equip it to that one. Fair enough. What am I going to get? So I've got a Gravecrawler. Not really too excited about that, but hey ho. So I'm actually just going to attack with all this turn and see what he does. So I will get 2 more zombie tokens down. Now this is lethal, so he does have to block at least what. So probably my Grave Titan. Now I'm not sure if Death Touch is going to affect it with protection. That's what I'm not sure about. Nope, it does. It does. So basically, I think I'm dead now, just because these two I can't block. I couldn't block those anyway because they have protection. I tried my best to limit. I knew the ex-champion. It was always going to be a problem with this deck. So. And I wasn't sure if Death Touch was going to kill it off. Turns out it isn't, which is kind of annoying. So I think that's the end. I think that's the end of this particular encounter. Was a loss, but there wasn't really much I could do about it. The fact that he was able to get 2 of these ex-champions down. If he only managed to get 1 down, probably wouldn't have been quite so bad. Or if I maybe should have saved some of my removal to take out one of these instead. But then again, without taking out the other artifacts, he would have just kept it alive anyway. He had a second one, so. Hey ho, I'll see you for game number 3 in a second. Okay everybody, so I am back for game number 3. Let's see what we've got here. This looks like a pretty good hand actually, so I think I'm going to keep it. So let's go for the Swamp and the Gravecrawler to start off with. The Gravecrawler can't block, but it's got the interesting ability where if I have another zombie creature down on the battlefield, such as my Walking Corpse here, even if it gets killed off, I can just cast it straight from the graveyard. So it's essentially a card that will never die with this deck because you're always going to have zombie creatures that you can play. So at the moment, I'm playing some kind of green deck. I don't know what kind of green deck it's going to be yet, but He's only got one land down, so it could be a green-white, could be all green. I have no idea. We'll see how it goes in a minute. So we are going to smack him for 2, then get a walking corpse down. Now, there's going to be quite an interesting play. If he does decide to play a creature in the next turn or 2, if he decides to play a creature this turn, what I'm going to be able to do, play my Fleshbag Marauder. What I will probably do is sacrifice my Gravecrawler, which keeps the Fleshbag Marauder on the battlefield. What I can then do is rebring my Gravecrawler back from the graveyard and then have 3 creatures down the battlefield while hopefully getting rid of his 1 creature, which is always a good play. If he doesn't do that, I'll probably not play anything next turn, just because I'd rather save the Fleshbag Marauder for when he does play a creature. So playing Tante Bums, it's an interesting... so Colonian Tusker, yeah, it's Colonian Tusker. So yeah, this is definitely worth Fleshbag Maraudering this turn. Demons at Death Gate. I am going to be able to play that pretty soon, I think. So we're going to play Fleshbag Marauder here. He's going to have to sacrifice that creature. Well, I get to sacrifice my creature, which I can bring back. See, that's the kind of play I wanted to do. So excellent. So I can swing in for 2. And then I can bring that back next turn. Or what I'll probably will do, if I get another land next turn, I'll probably play the Undead War Chief instead, as that will then start to pump up all of my other creatures. So it's zombie creatures, so most of the other creatures in this deck. Eternal Witness enters the battlefield. Does that bring a return target card from the graveyard? So we'll be able to bring his Cologne and Tusker back. Kind of a pain in the ass, but not the end of the world. So we didn't get a land, we got the Zombie Apocalypse instead, so we will be able to recast that, which I'll probably do at the end of my turn. Do I want to swing in? That is the question, because that... No, I think I'm actually going to skip my attack for now, and also then just recast my Gravecrawler, which it didn't do. What's going on? I want to cast it, there we go. Some weird thing it did there. So... I could, in theory, play my Demon of Death Gate here, so you may pay 6 life, sacrifice 3 creatures, rather than... So that could be... I'm not sure how much removal this deck has, and if it's got any flying creatures, so it might be worth doing that now, actually, just because I know that he's going to be getting some pretty beefy creatures down, and they're going to get pumped up pretty quickly. So if I get this kind of creature down now, it's going to put him under quite a bit of pressure, especially as it's flying. I don't think there's too much removal in this deck either, so I know it's just a lot about the Hunter Strength deck is all about pumping up your creatures, so he's going for the Nature's Law. I could also recast Gravecrawler next turn as well. Yeah, Rancor. I'd assume he was had some kind of pump up for his creatures here. So what's he going to do? Because he can't swing, because I'll just kill it with the Demon of Death Gate. That thing does now have trample, but my Demon of Death's Gate is more than a match for it. He's not sure what to do now. You can't really swing in, mate, because all I'm just going to do is kill off your creature. So there we go, he's just taking his sweet ass time. Oh, excellent. The other land. That's exactly what I wanted. So we will have the Undead War Chief to play at the end of this turn. Hit continue. I'm actually going to skip my attack this turn, play the Undead War Chief, so I can actually block his Colonian Tusker with my Demon of Death's Gate, and then next turn I'll be able to bring back my Gravecrawler. Oh, I can't block though, can it? Damn it! I will be able to bring back my Gravecrawler next turn, which will be pumped up by my Undead War Chief. We've also got a Vigor, so if damage would be dealt to a creature you control other than Vigor, prevent that damage. Oh my god, that's pretty terrifying. So if prevent that damage, put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. Oh, that is annoying. That is. So just trying to decide what to do here. I wish I had some kind of removal, which I might do next turn if I have five land. So I'm tempted to let this go through. Just because I can remove that next turn. So I'm actually going to skip blocking. Just, well, in theory I can remove it next turn. Fingers crossed. Yes, excellent. So we can play Cruel Revival. Get rid of that. And then we can also bring back a zombie. So I'm thinking maybe Fleshbag Marauder. So he'll have to sacrifice a creature. So let's confirm that. Oh, it goes to my hand. Fair enough. So let's swing in with my Demon of Death's Gate. Like so. Hit him for 9. So he's down to 7. So I will have lethal next turn because I will probably plan on blocking that one with my Undead War Chief. Gloom Widow. Does that have reach? Yeah, it has reach. That's fair enough. And it can only block creatures with flying. Fair enough. So I'm actually going to block that creature this turn, I think. Killing it off. Unless he has some other way of pumping it up. Which he doesn't, so it's going to go to the graveyard. And what, does Rancor go to the bottom of his library or something? When Rancor is put into the graveyard from back... Oh, God, so he gets to put it back into his hand. Well, that's just annoying, isn't it? So we're going to play the Fleshbag Marauder this turn, see what he does. He's going to sacrifice one of those creatures. I'm going to sacrifice my Fleshbag... I'm obviously not going to sacrifice my Demon. Annoyingly, the Rancor goes back. See if we hit continue. He has to block with his creature this turn, so he can't pump it up, thankfully. There we go, because otherwise he loses if he doesn't block. Goodbye, Gloom Widow. And excellent, I got the Sign in Blood, so I get to finish him off. Woo, it's a win! Okay, guys, so we managed to get a winning series. 2 wins, 1 loss. Not bad at all. That artifact deck, I was kind of suspicious that he might somehow be able to get out 1 or 2 of those ex-champions, and they're pretty decent cards considering the ease of getting artifacts down in that deck. So I was kind of playing around the fact that you might get 1 or 2 of them out, and I didn't quite manage to play around it enough, unfortunately. But hey ho, we can't. There's not really much you can do about it now, obviously. But two good wins against 2 decks. That win against the 100 strength deck I particularly enjoyed at the end there. So yeah, I'm leaving the episode there. As always, just nice to see you leaving comments on my videos. It's the best thing you can do for me. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.